welcome back to another vlog. I thought today we could spend the evening together because Charlie has gone to football this evening. He will be back like later on. I essentially have like 4 hours alone, which is good but also isn't as good because I'm such a anxious girly that any noise I hear, I just go spiraling in my head. So I feel like this might be good for me, like to have a bit of company this evening. So I hope that you don't mind, but I'm just gonna be your like virtual bestie for this evening. It's gonna be like we're on FaceTime, chit-chatting away. So I am about to cook some dinner. Also, if I'm speaking weird, it's because my wisdom tooth is still an ongoing issue. I think I'm gonna have to have it removed, which scares me a little bit. I either have it removed like ASAP and it will be hopefully healed in time for when we go to Italy, so then I can, you know, eat all the pizza and pasta out there, or I'm going to have to wait and have it done when I return from Italy, but then there could be the risk that it does play up when I'm in Italy or before the pain of this is unbearable. But let's spend the evening together. I'm about to make dinner. We actually have gusto this week, which we haven't had gusto since moving in actually. Like I think the last time we've had gusto is the week that we moved in. However though, the price, I don't even think it's that cheap anymore. I had 50% off and I still paid £18 for 3 meals and I think delivery on top of that as well. £18 times 2. Are you saying to me that 3 meals cost £36? Because that's pretty steep. Is it or is it not? I just think me and Charlie, we've got like our meals down to a T now. Like yes, we normally have the same meals like every week, like reoccurring. I mean, actually we don't. We do swap stuff out here and there. Our food shop normally comes to about £40, and that's with everything else like breakfast, lunch, snacks, like, and we don't ever be like, oh, we can't get that. We just sort of chuck stuff in, and it's normally about £40 in Aldi and it's normally about £10 in Tesco. So the meals that we chose are the creamy bassa and leek pie, which this was actually really good, and I was actually able to eat this with my wisdom tooth pain that I had because it's just soft. So we have already had that one. The one I'm gonna do today is the sweet and sour chicken fire with pepper and pineapple, a bit like a Chinese takeaway but fake away. So that actually does look quite nice. The other option we picked was the katsu chicken burger with curried mayo. This also sounds incredible, but I think we're gonna have this on Friday. They are what we chose, and I'm gonna do the sweet and sour this evening. It says 25 to 35 minutes, so that's not too bad. I also picked up a broccoli because me and Charlie always like to have broccoli or like a veg option on the side of our meals. You can see it in the background there. Let's get cooking this. I need a drink though. I need a drink in a glass with a straw with ice. Cheers. I've got my drink. Let's start making dinner. So I need to add the corn flour to the chicken, and then I need to cook that in vegetable oil. Add the rice to another pan and then cut up all the vegetable items. I'm actually going to cut my vegetables first. I always end up doing this in a completely different way just because I'm an independent woman. okay? Sometimes this just doesn't fit how I would usually do it. So I'm gonna cut these up first, then we'll start with the chicken and the rice. How much water does that say? 225. I'm now cooking the rice, so we'll turn that up so it starts on a high heat, then you put it to low. I've got some fry light, and once that oil is hot, I have the chicken and corn flour in here ready to add. Ideally, I probably need to start making the sauce because we have so many different things here. We have ginger paste, tomato ketchup, 2 of them, a soy sauce and a rice vinegar. Let's add the chicken now. Let's dish up my dinner together. It did take longer than I anticipated. It definitely took longer than 25 minutes. I don't know if it's me, but I struggle sometimes with the instructions, but that's a me problem. I've got the rice. I'm gonna be saving some for Charlie, but he said he didn't want the rice because he'll just use a rice packet. Let's add a bit of broccoli. Broccoli just adds a bit of colour, you know. It smells good and it looks good. This is what it's looking like. Sweet and sour is definitely one of my favourite Chinese dishes, so I am very, very excited about this fake away. I'll leave that for Charlie for tomorrow. This is my dinner. It's only right for me to do a taste test. For a taste test, you have to have a bit of everything, obviously. That, I'm not gonna be able to do that, am I? Let's get a bit of chicken, a bit of pepper, a bit of pineapple, and a bit of rice. Okay, let's go. Oh wow, that is really good. That sauce tastes exactly like the Chinese. Wow, I'm impressed. It still really hurts to eat though, this side of my mouth, so it does normally take me a while to eat nowadays. But I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna sit on the sofa. I have my besties on the TV. Just take your guesses for a second. Ta-da! Obviously, Sophia and Cinzia, my bestie girls. Their vlogs just make me feel like I'm friends with them, you know? But yeah, gonna take my dinner, gonna sit on the sofa and get cozy. Dinner has been had and there is only one thing left, and it's this. Half-baked Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I honestly cannot wait to eat about half a tub of this. And the good thing is, it helps my wisdom tooth. So it's a double whammy. It's tasty, but it also helps as well. Let's get a big spoon. Yeah, such a good ice cream. I do also love the sundae version of it with the chocolate sauce also. However, that was like £3 extra than this one. So yeah, I got the half baked today, but still so good. Yes, that is the sight I want to see on an evening by myself. So good. And no one judge me for putting the spoon back in, because I know full well you all do it. Let's not pretend, guys. The only people eating this ice cream is me and potentially Charlie if I allow him some of it. He does have his own banana one in the freezer. And I don't like banana ice cream, you see, so I'm not going to touch that. So, in the rules of a relationship, he shouldn't really touch mine because I'm not interested in his banana ice cream. I need to slow down. I'm getting rain freeze and tooth freeze. It is 10 to 9 and I'm about to have a shower. Also, I love how it's still light outside and that is the time. I also recently just got a new shampoo and conditioner. I've used the shampoo and I really like it. I feel like it's made my hair feel really nice and soft. Have not used the conditioner yet though because I got this like a couple of days after this one. But I'm not washing my hair in the shower today. That's gonna be a tomorrow job. But whoa, it's getting steamy in here. I have just got out the shower. I'm putting my jumper straight back on. This is like my emotional support jumper. I don't know if anybody else has similar to this, but I just feel so much more happier and calm. I feel at peace when I'm wearing this jumper. It's almost like my safety blanket. And I personally love it. It is so soft as well. I think I got it from ASOS. I just basically done a haul one day and this was the only item that was worthy of keeping. All the other ones I took back and returned, but I'm so glad I didn't return this because I love it. I always spray deodorant after I have come out of the shower. Charlie always laughs at me for this and I always do it before bed as well. This is a new one as well that I've recently picked up, but if I'm honest, it did leave white marks. I got it in this one because this was the only one that they actually had there. All the other ones were sold out. I do think I'm gonna stick with my Dove vanilla scent deodorant because this does leave a white cast on your armpits, whereas my Dove one doesn't do that. So I do think I am gonna stick to my Dove because that's never done me any wrong. It does smell good. It smells really good, but I don't want white marks underneath my armpits. Do you know what I mean? My ear is really playing up this evening. The two things I also put onto my skin when I come out of the shower is this Vaseline body oil. Honestly, if you're gonna get anything that I recommend you, please let it be this because this is insane. The glow that this gives you, but also the moisture. So I love myself in this, and then I also have been putting this which is the glycolic acid exfoliating body stick by the Enquiries. Kept seeing this on TikTok everywhere, and this is supposed to reduce chicken skin, like the strawberry leg marks. I just refer to it as chicken skin, but strawberry legs I think is the actual term. But I roll this, it's just like a stick. I roll this on my armpits, I roll it on my legs where the chicken skin is. It helps with loads and loads of different things, so also would recommend that. So I'm all showered, I'm all clean, I'm all fresh. I still need to do my skincare, but I think I'm gonna wait a little bit and do that just before I get into bed. Also, whilst I'm here, so I started reading a book called The Wedding People, and the book basically is about a girl that goes to a hotel. This is trigger warning by the way, and this doesn't spoil anything, but just trigger warning here, of suicide. She goes to a hotel to basically plan to end her life. She checks in and the only other people in the hotel is this wedding party. The venue was supposed to be hired out just by the wedding people, but she was somehow able to book a room. So she stays there and she makes friends, and it's basically just the journey of that. Like, each section is a different part of the wedding. It definitely puts life in perspective. I have definitely like enjoyed it. Like, I have enjoyed it, because if not I would be putting the book down and I'd be like, absolutely not. But I did read 50% the way through the book. However, I have now put the book down, but that's not to say I'm not going to pick the book up. I just felt that I needed something a bit like light-hearted, a bit romancy, a bit Emily Henry vibe, you know. I'm currently now reading Emily Henry Funny Story just for the time being, and then I might go back to The Wedding People and re-pick it up. But if you have read The Wedding People, please let me know. Did you enjoy it? Is it worth reading the other 50% of it, or do you wish you just like called it quits if you did read that book? Because I'm just a little bit confused, because everybody raves on about it, you see, and I'm just like, I'm just not on that level or that vibe. But also I'm not a massive reader either, so maybe that's why. Charlie will probably be home in about an hour and a half. I need to have my evening cup of tea, so I'm now gonna go and make that. We're gonna just chill out for a little bit, read a book, cup of tea, and then I won't show you my skincare today because I feel like I did that in my last vlog, and there's only so much you want to see my skincare, right? Like, nothing else has changed. However, I would just say, really enjoying this. I showed this in my last vlog. It is like micro needling without micro needling. Like, without any procedure. Like, it does feel weird when you apply it to your face. It feels like little pricks. I think I said that in my last vlog, but I would definitely recommend that. I'm also just going to put a bit of Vaseline on because my lips have been so dry. I don't know if it's because of my wisdom tooth. I honestly don't know, but they get like this every now and then. My whole skin gets like this. Like, I honestly feel in some senses like I am such a broken person, like physically. Like my wisdom tooth, my dry skin, my dry lips, like my acne that like just doesn't want to disappear. There is nothing better than a Yorkshire tea at 9 o'clock at night. Any cup of tea lovers will understand me. The 9 PM cup of tea before bed hits completely different. Any later than 9 o'clock, just don't do it because the caffeine, etc. However, 9 o'clock on the dot, make a cup of tea. It will change your life. It is 10:10 and Charlie is like 20 minutes away from home, so I thought it's the perfect time to take my makeup off but also to do my oral hygiene. Also, that extractor fan is killing my ears. Like, I honestly, I can't even hear myself talk right now, so I don't even know if I'm stringing the sentence correctly. I don't know if I'm shouting, talking normally. I honestly, I have no idea. Let's just get through this as quick as possible. I have already spoken about this toothpaste, but honestly, it is so good. Like, you will have minty breath for hours. Another thing is my tongue cleaner. This might not be new to any of you guys. You probably clean your tongue with one of these anyway, but I used to just use my toothbrush to do that. I actually read somewhere that you shouldn't really use your toothbrush to wash your tongue, so I actually got one of these. It came in a pack of 3. Charlie has a blue one, I have a pink one, and then there was an orange one spare. Something new for me as well is flossing. I used to do it occasionally, to be fair, at my parents', because they always had like the string and the individual ones that go in between your teeth, but I struggle with the strings, so I got these from Amazon. They're just like the easy use ones, and they are really easy. So like if you've never flossed before, like don't panic, because they're so easy. Like you're not gonna be able to do it wrong. I think this pack of 100 was like £4, so really affordable. Then the last thing I want to put you guys on is this mouthwash. The best mouthwash I have used in a while. I used this twice, once like at about midday or just before I go to work, because normally at like school pickup time, I've just had lunch, I want my breath to feel and be smelling like nice, so I normally use that then, and then I use it again before bed. But yeah, this combination, 10 out of 10. I don't know why I'm like sat on the floor in the bathroom, but I just feel like I'm just gonna end the vlog here. Honestly, I can't hear a thing, but thank you for spending the evening with me, guys. It's just nice sometimes to have a bit of company, even though it is like virtual like this. I think I'm just such an anxious person, so like whenever I hear a noise, or like I don't even need to hear a noise, because if I'm honest, I can't hear anything, so silly me thinking I'd be scared of hearing noises tonight. I feel like very on edge when I'm by myself, and that links back to some trauma in my past, and I have had like 2 lots of therapy about that to try and correct it, and to try, basically my therapist told me that my body was like in fight mode, and it's basically just like training your brain to work differently basically, and I really do try to switch that off. And the only thing that helps me with that is if I've got company such as Charlie here, or you know, if one of my friends came over, or vlogging. So yeah, I should do this more because it has helped me this evening. I haven't felt as anxious. I have definitely felt a little bit more like relaxed. The bigger picture of it is so much more than just me picking up my camera and doing this. Like a lot of the reason why I do this is because it does personally help me. It does go a lot deeper than me just picking up my camera and just enjoying this. Like if anything, it actually like is healing me, which is deep, but it's also true. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one, and hopefully I will be able to hear. Bye guys.